should say the defensive backfield by Junior Williams sets him up with a minute left to go and the ball down at the 10. 1 minute left to go in the first half. Junior Williams sets him up sitting pretty down at the 11-yard line is where they officially marked this one. Now we have a timeout. Looks like it's going to be the Huskies taking a timeout. I'm sure they didn't expect to defend this short of a field when the Hawks took over on an interception with about a minute and a half left to go. So 20-14, Hawks leading, and they're going to try and pad those numbers up on the scoreboard with a scoring possibility here. Junior Williams is an electric talent. Obviously, you see that displayed there, but punt returning, he has done a phenomenal job. He's averaging nearly 13 yards per punt return. That's pretty substantial yardage. And he's the one who set up the play all the way down at the 10-yard line with 2 electric plays. An interception of Garrett Fugate's pass. Got him inside the 50-yard line, and then a big end-around run for about 40 yards. Got him down to the 11. It was just short of 40 yards was that gain. And now, Kendall Kelly is the deep back. Up backs are Spencer, and Kelly takes it over to the left side, and they're pounding it right at the Huskies. 1st and 10. They can get a first down if they get it within 6 inches or so of the goal line. But it's now 2nd and about 5, a long 5, call it 6, at the 5-yard line. Now the Hawks struggling to get the ball going. It's 2nd. They're not going to run out of downs, but they might run out of time. 30 seconds left to go. And if they're going to keep running it, that's going to melt the clock away. Running to the right side is Frazier. Hayden Frazier diving for the end zone, and he does get it. Not sure if he got over the line before his helmet hit the ground, but Hayden Frazier with a last-minute stretch gets it over the chalk line for another score to give the East Hawks a comfortable 12-point lead here with the extra point coming. Now we have a final timeout from Olathe East taken here before the extra point will be attempted. Not sure if they're going to talk this one over to see if they can go for 2 here, which would put them up by 14, which would be 2 touchdowns and 2 single extra point tries. It's been an electric game back and forth. Fugate and the Huskies have made plenty of plays, but within the last 3 minutes of this game, Olathe East has really shown what they're made of. Kelsch with an 82-yard touchdown run to give them the lead back. And then Hayden Frazier stretching at the goal line as he is being brought down to give them a 2-score advantage over the Huskies with 21 seconds left to go. The Kansas City Command season tickets for the 2012 Arena Football League season at Sprint Center are on sale now. Call 855-KC-ARENA. Going for 2 are the Olathe East Hawks. Blazovic under center. It looks like it's Kendall Kelly in the backfield. 2 lead blockers. They hand off Kelly right side diving for the end zone. He's got more than enough as he gets in there for a 2-point conversion. Successfully completed by Olathe East and Kendall Kelly. He rolled out nearly untouched, just really rolling off the back of his blockers as they cleared the way for him to get in there. 28-14, now the lead for the Hawks. I'm Kyle Larson alongside Alex Gold here for 810 Varsity. And the Huskies have a man who was down there. It was Demetrius Abernathy who comes in on goal line stands. And Abernathy was capable enough to trot off under his own power. So now the Huskies, again, in that position where they're trailing with just a little bit of time left in the first half, 21 seconds to be exact, have an opportunity, if they can strike quickly, to lessen the lead of Olathe East. 28-14 is the score. The home team, Olathe East, on top against the visiting Huskies of Blue Valley Northwest. Starks and Marlon Mitchell back there to catch this one. And Mitchell tries to grab it, and it bounces off his shoelaces. He picks it back up and gets across the 25-yard line before he's smacked down at about the 26. That was a tough catch for Marlon Mitchell to grab. It was really going in really low and a pretty good amount of velocity behind it. Couldn't quite scoop it off the top of the blades of grass. His foot acted as a backstop and kind of dribbled it back in front of him, so he grabbed it, ran it up past the 25, so now needing 73 yards to capitalize on a score are the Huskies. 3 wide receivers eligible off to the right side as there's a tight end over there, but they're going to hand it off to Mitchell, and this might just do it. Yeah, 8 seconds left to go, and melting away. Trailing by 14, they hand the ball off and gain just 5 yards. Don't take a shot downfield. Olathe East, 28. Blue Valley Northwest, 14. I'm Kyle Larson alongside Alex Gold here for 810varsity.com. Again, Nick and Jake's, want to thank them, a proud title sponsor. Nick and Jake's, real food, honest drinks. Nick and Jake's, the proud title sponsor of 810varsity.com. Check out our promotions throughout the season on Facebook or on Twitter at nickandjakes.com. We'll have more second half action coming up in just a moment as the score is 28-14. Olathe East leads Blue Valley Northwest right here at the College Boulevard Athletic Complex in Olathe. All right, we're getting set here for the second half. I'm Kyle Larson alongside Alex Gold, bringing you the action between the Blue Valley Northwest Huskies and the Olathe East Hawks. Kelsch scored 2 touchdowns on the ground. Actually, all the touchdowns for Olathe East came by way of the running game. It was Kendall Kelly kicking the party off with a short touchdown run, and then Kelsch broke off what was over an 80-yard running play for pay dirt in one of his 2 touchdowns, and then Frazier was able to cap on the last touchdown of the second half to give Olathe East a 14-point lead, 28-14. Olathe East leads Blue Valley Northwest. Austin Swales caught the first touchdown for the Huskies. That was about a 30-yard pass connection from Garrett Fugate, and then Josh Panagasser ran in a touchdown of his own. And that is how we got to 28-14. This now the third quarter. And back to return. It's Junior Williams on the near side. And also Marcus Banks. Banks on the far side. Williams on the near side. This one kicked pretty hard in the direction of Williams. Williams backtracks to about the 4. And now he's got to get upfield, and now an illegal block, it looks like, is what's going to be charged on that penalty at about the 18-yard line. Junior Williams takes it up to the 20-yard line before he's knocked down, but we'll see if the black and white stripes have anything else to say about that play. 11 minutes, 53 seconds left to go in the third quarter, and this is the Great Mall of the Great Plains Game of the Week here in Olathe, Kansas on 810varsity.com. You can save up to 70% and more at the Great Mall. Visit our new stores, OK Fashions, Shoes for Less, Sportables Outlet, Sugar Plums, Technopole Website Services, Treasure Hunt, and Trends. Hundreds of brands, thousands of deals. The Great Mall, exit 215 off I-35 in Olathe. So Blazevic goes under center. And it looks like Kelsch is the running back in the backfield on the near side, but they don't hand it off to Kelsch, and there's a fumble on the play. Huskies have the ball, and they're going to get it 11 yards out from their own end zone. Huskies trailing by 14 definitely do need some good defensive plays coming from that side of the ball if they want to turn the tides here against the Olathe East Hawks, and that is just what they get right out the gate against Olathe East. A turnover. So 1st and 10, line to gain is the 1-yard line for the Huskies. Just 11 yards out from the goal line. Fugate trots out with Marlon Mitchell to his right in shotgun set. Trips to the left. One wide receiver. Split off to the right is Austin Moses. He looks left, though. Slant pass caught and touchdown by who else but Swales. Austin Swales is the go-to man. And a slant one pitch and catch touchdown result of that drive. So Olathe East has a one-play scoring drive of over 80 yards coming off the legs of John Kelsch. Blue Valley Northwest only needed to get 11 yards. They do so from a pass from Fugate to Swain. And that now makes it 28-20 with the extra point coming from Bailey Stroll. The holder is Austin Moses. And now trailing by 8, trying to make that deficit just 1. Stroll just gets it underneath the outstretched arms of the Hawks as they rushed in there. It looked like that might have been Junior Williams in there trying to block the kick. It is good, 28-21. Down by 7 are the Huskies, and they capitalize off a turnover at the 11-yard line from the Hawks. Punch it in there for a score with 11 minutes and 44 seconds left to go in the third quarter. So now Olathe East going to go back and try and return this one yet again. Marcus Banks and Junior Williams back deep to return. Banks on the far side, Williams on the near side. Kicking this one away. It's Mason Gaddy. Defensive end, tight end, and kicker is Mason Gaddy, the 6'1", 195-pound senior. The kick from Gaddy, this one higher, and Williams catches it at the 10. And he loses the ball. He got away from a defender, but the defender swiped at the ball. He picks it up at about the 20 and carries himself forward for another 9 yards to the 29. Williams put the ball on the turf, but he's able to get away with it. The Hawks have actually put the ball down about 3 or 4 times, only had to deal with the turnover once of all the times they've put the ball down. So they're able to recover this one as well as Williams takes them up to the 29. Blazevic under center, 3 running backs with a split and lead blocker off to the right. Hand off to Blazevic on the right side and about a 1-yard gain to Kelsch, I meant. Blazevic to Kelsch is the handoff and a gain of 1, 2nd and 9. Kelsch checks out, so does Chad Johnson. So in the backfield will be Kendall Kelly, and it is going to be a bunch formation. DJ McCray, the wing back on the right side, and it looks like Spencer Taylor is the wing back on the left. They hand off to Kelly. Kelly trying to get through the line, and he is brought down after a gain of about 3. Third and a long 6 coming up for Olathe East. After owning the second quarter of this game, they come out and cough it up, over to the Huskies. The Huskies capitalize, and now the Blue Valley Northwest defense trying to force a punt right here. Ball at the 34. Back to passes. Blazevic. He airs this one out for Chad Johnson all alone. Catches it at his fingertips and can't stay up. He falls down at the 25. He had his defenders beat, and he had nothing in between him and the goal line except green grass. It was Kyle Buer and Jake Cobble who were burned on that one by Chad Johnson. Blazevic just lobbing it out there again. This time Johnson had the wheels to catch it. Sets the offense up at the 21. Check that, the 22 is where they mark it. 10 minutes, 18 seconds left to go. That's a good way to convert a 3rd and 6 on a pickup of over 60 yards through the air. Blazevic hands off to Kelly. Kelly tries to cut it upfield, and he's brought down, lifted horizontally, and then thrown down. It was Gaddy there on the tackle, the defensive end, and they gain 1 yard for the Hawks. I should say Kendall Kelly gains 1 yard. He checks out. Chad Johnson, the wide receiver, split off to the right. DJ McCray is going to go in the slot position over to that far side as well. Spencer Taylor, the up back. Kelsch, the tailback. Handoff left side to Kelsch. Kelsch met in the backfield with some contact, and busting through there was Marlon Williams and company for the Huskies. 9 minutes, 20 seconds left to go. 28-21. Olathe East leads by a touchdown. But Blue Valley Northwest is the one to strike most recently. After they turned the ball over on the Hawks, they got the fumble recovery at the 11. They got the score, but now Olathe East is threatening down inside the red zone. Just inside the 20 is the ball. And Olathe East comes out again with that I formation. Kendall Kelly, the deep back. Again, Taylor, the up back. McCray, the slot back over on the right side. He goes in motion, coming across to the near side and split way out to the left, but it's going to be a handoff to Kelly. Kelly runs it right up into a traffic jam for about a 1 yard gain down to just inside the 19-yard line and keep the clock rolling here at 8.5 minutes left to go in the third quarter. The Hawks are faced with a 4th down. Olathe East not going to kick this one, as from where it stands, it would be about a 34-yard field goal. So, yeah, they are going to try it. 34-yard field goal. Make it 35 to be exact. The kick is up and no good. Left is that kick attempt. And that was Algren on the boot. Couldn't connect. I didn't think they'd go for it from out there. Algren had plenty of leg as he lined up at the 25. It's a fairly shallow holder's position. Usually they go back about 7 yards from the long snapper. This one only 5 yards off the line of scrimmage, which might have helped alleviate the distance a little bit for Algren. But he misses left with plenty of leg. So taking over on downs is Fugate and the Huskies. They come out in their white helmets, white jerseys, and black pants with purple numerals. Fugate with Mitchell to his right. Looks to pass over to the left. Swain not there. Intercepted. What a play off on the right side by the defensive back. Looks like that might have been Marcus Banks over there. Getting the interception, it is. Marcus Banks, high point of the pass. He does a good job locating it and getting to the highest point of the pass and grabs it right out of the arms of, it was actually Bailey Stroll over there instead of Swain, or Swales, I should say. Wow, so the East Hawks now capitalize, or looking to capitalize, off of a turnover. The Huskies have already scored off of one TO in this game. Checking in late is Austin Blaze. The tailback is Kendall Kelly. Kelly trying to run over the left side, and those edges have been a little more staunch in this half. The Hawks were finding some serious success running off tackle behind the offensive line of Myron Tipton, Adam Epting, Jr. Matt Gorby, Ethan Gross, and Marcus Elam. But the Huskies keying in now on those stretch plays and those handoffs that go to the edges. Only gains a couple yards, about 3 yards to be exact. So 2nd and 7 from the 46-yard line. Blazovic under center. McCray goes in motion toward the line, and handoff on the right side is Kelsch. Kelsch stopping, going, and then churning his legs forward for a gain of 2. Nothing really there as Kelsch met contact at the line of scrimmage, but the legs kept turning over, and Kelsch turned it into a 2-yard gain. Jake Swaley and Josh Panagaster there for the stop after they got drugged for a couple yards by Kelsch. Kendall Kelly in the backfield. 2 lead blockers in front of him as Blazovic is under center. Pitch left side, and Kelly hurdles one man and is hit hard, very high by the defense. And a big hit coming from Kraus and Demetrius Abernathy. The Hawks, though, in a hurried pace as they go back to the line of scrimmage with Kendall Kelly still in the backfield. The wide receiver on the near side is Johnson. Handoff, right side Kelly, not as much room over there as he picks up about 3 yards after gaining about 6 on the last play to set up first down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 7 at Olathe. Check that out. The Huskies, I should say, 33-yard line. Kendall Kelly checks out. In the backfield is Hayden Frazier. Frazier, the junior, who reached out for the last touchdown that Olathe East had in the first half, is in the backfield. He's going to take the pitch off to the left. Has a man to beat and does so by stepping up into the gap on the far side to try and sidestepping. Does so, but he picks up only 2 yards on the run. So 3rd and 5 now. A long 5 yards to be picked up on 3rd down. for Olathe East. Austin Blaze comes back in. Blaze going to be a lead blocker for Kendall Kelly. Spencer Taylor and Blaze are the lead blockers for Kelly. Blazevic under center. Play action. Blazevic going to run it himself on a bootleg. Stiff arm from Blazevic. Gets the first down, and he breaks another tackle before he's brought down at the 20-yard line. That is some determined running from the quarterback, John Blazevic, on a naked bootleg over there. Picking up the first down and then some. Setting up 1st and 10 at the edge of the red zone. The nose of the ball on the chalk line of the 20 with 4 minutes and 45 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Olathe East is riding that 7-point lead and trying to add to it as they are deep in Husky territory. Blazevic under center. Deep back is Kendall Kelly, except they hand it off to the up back, who's Kelsch. Kelsch drugged down by a foot at the 7-yard line. He got all the way inside the 10 and was ankle tackled inside the 10 at the 7. That's yet another first down. Off a first down run, Kelsch picks up the first down by gaining about 12 and gets it down inside the 10, down to the 7-yard line. 4 minutes and about 17 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Olathe East in all orange. A rare occasion they wear orange uppers and lowers. Is leading by 7 points. Blazevic throws left side. Junior Williams has it. Trying to get out to the edge. He does so, but is roped out of bounds at the 2-yard line. Good defense over there by Jake Cobble of the Huskies. Was able to evade the blocker just in time to get Junior Williams out of bounds. That stops the clock at 4 minutes. 28-21 is the score, and Olathe East is just 2 yards away from coming in the front door of the Huskies. Kendall Kelly, backfield, one cut, and he's stopped in the backfield. A big guy. It looked like that was Jake Swaley, who just bear hugged him and brought him straight down. Little help there from Mason Gaddy as well. Good defense as he was stonewalled. Kendall Kelly just stood up and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. 3 minutes, now 35 seconds left to go. 28-21. Blazevic back under center. Kendall Kelly with Blaze and Taylor, again the up backs. Wide receiver on the near side is Johnson, but they're going to pitch it out right for Kelly. Kelly cuts up the field and marches into the end zone for another score. 3 minutes, 20 seconds left to go in the third quarter. 34-21. The Hawks get back that 2-touchdown advantage that they had at halftime. Kendall Kelly comes to the near side, and it looks like they're going to kick this one, and indeed, to go back up by 14 points, they're going to look for a successful kick from Ryan Algren. Algren waits for the snap. Johnson waits to receive the snap. Snap, good. Hold is good from Johnson, but it's blocked. Blocked by the defensive line. And that looks like, again, it was Mason Gaddy. Gaddy making 2 big plays on this defensive stand. Held Kendall Kelly out of the end zone. Of course, the Hawks were able to score after that play, but a big play here keeps them within 2 touchdowns. And they have a chance to take the lead if they can put back-to-back scores up with 3 minutes and 20 seconds left to go in the third quarter. The Huskies trail by 13. 34-21. Olathe East leads as they're about to kick this one off. Visit MrOlathe.com to search homes for sale in Olathe, Johnson County, and the entire KC metro area. Make MrOlathe.com your one-stop shop for searching homes for sale. That's MISTER Olathe.com. And make sure you have 810varsity.com set in your favorites of your web browser. Make sure 810varsity.com is your central hub for the playoffs. Playoff Central, whether you're on the Missouri side or the Kansas side, get live district standings, live updated playoff brackets, and even bracketology at 810varsity.com. This one taken back there by Starks. Starks trying to get to the outside and then stays in bounds at the 30, and the Hawks try and grab at the ball but can't get it out. Instead, they throw him down out of bounds. Right at the 30-yard line goes Dante Starks. Yeah, that's right. 810 Varsity has bracketology. So if you're interested in the playoff scenario for the Kansas and Missouri side of high school football, check out 810 Varsity. They're predicting the playoff field. Your source for the playoffs, 810varsity.com. 3 minutes, 11 seconds left to go, and Garrett Fugate, who seemingly has been on that sideline for a long time after the Olathe East Hawks marched down the field with a lot of handoffs to score. And now blitz up the middle. Fugate gets there, rid of the ball, and he does so to Starks. Starks, deep in the secondary, has one man to beat, and a good block from the backfield judge gets Starks all the way down inside the 10. Bad break for the Hawks. It was Marcus Banks who had a beat on Starks, but ran into the back judge. That gets Starks all the way down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line. Phenomenal play, and we've got a player down on the 30-yard line for the Huskies. Not quite sure who this is. Fugate is healthy. He's down on with the huddle. It's actually their offensive tackle for the Huskies. Andrew McGrew is down. His backup is Antonio Bennett. Let's see how they might have to shuffle around the offensive line. But what a pass play, and obviously good blocking to save Fugate and that pocket to keep him clean from the blitz. The pass goes to Starks, and Starks, one of the kick returners for the Huskies, so you know he's got some speed, gets up and runs it down inside the 10, and how about that? Andrew McGrew off the field. He's making his way off the field under his own power. Met out there by Marlon Williams. Make sure he's okay. That's always nice to see when he can get up and walk off the field under his own power. We'll see how they shuffle the offensive line. I want to thank Christian Brothers Roofing for making this broadcast possible. If you're going to trust the roof over your head, you need to trust your roofing company. With Christian Brothers Roofing Company, you get years of experience and integrity. Don't wait until you know there's a problem. Contact us for a complimentary 16-point roof and gutter inspection at Christian Brothers Roofing at 816-453-ROOF or at 453roof.com. All right, so Fugate comes out, and it looks like it's going to be Don Fowler, I believe, who is going to play at that tackle position. They hand it off to Mitchell. Mitchell making his way to the end zone. Wow. Tackler's rolling off his back like water off a duck. I thought he was going to be brought down, arms draped all over him, but he gets in there for a touchdown. 2.5 minutes left to go in the third quarter. And that little pass to Dante Starks sets up a score with very little time taken off the clock. 34-27 is now the score as Bailey Stroll lines up to boot this one into the uprights. The Huskies waiting for their field goal formation to make its way all the way out there, and the last man out there was Andrew McGrew. So McGrew comes in to block. He looks to be healthy enough to play the game. And this one, not good. Stroll pulled this one. There was some pressure coming in. It looks like Williams was bearing down on the kicker. And that forced an errant kick. Check that. 27. Yeah, 27 is where the points total stands for the Huskies. 34 for the Hawks. So what was an opportunity for them to possibly take the lead by trailing by 13. They missed the extra point as well. So now, instead of trailing by just 6, they are trailing by 7 points. Back to return the kick for the Hawks is Banks and Williams. And now coming out to kick is Mason Gaddy, the kickoff specialist for the Huskies. Again, Blue Valley Northwest dominated Olathe South last week. South was the lone undefeated team left in the Sunflower League Conference, the conference that Olathe East belongs to. So you could expect a show from this team. Olathe East was 10-2 last year, but Blue Valley Northwest didn't see that success. They were just 2-7 under head coach Mike Zagunis, and they have really turned it around pretty well here. 4-3 and defeating a big opponent in Olathe South. And how about this? Williams shucks a defender, and he's across the 40, all the way almost to midfield. He gets all the way past the 40-yard line. They mark him out. He steps out at the 44. Williams met head on by a defender, but able to just push him off and get up to the 44. Big return from Junior Williams. 2 minutes, 26 seconds left to go. Olathe East preserving that 7-point lead. They look to add more to it, though. They have the ball near midfield at their own 44-yard line. Blazevic under center. Deep back is Kendall. Johnson is the wide receiver. They hand off to Kendall, right side, trying to march through the offensive line. Can't quite get much out of it. About a yard, as there's a lot of contact over the left side where Mason Gaddy and Jake Swaley, the defensive linemen on that side, were causing some trouble. Second and 8 now as they have crossed the 45-yard line. Just about 4 yards away from midfield are the Olathe East Hawks. Kendall Kelly, the up back. Looks like McCray coming across the line of scrimmage in motion out to the left. Handoff to Kelly. Kelly running over the back of his offensive lineman and straight across to the 48-yard line. Looks like he might get a mark at the 49. The near line judge has him at the 49. The far line judge has him at the 48. So 49 is the spot. Ball near the center of the field as the Olathe East Hawks look to try and get across midfield on 3rd and 5, but they need to get down to the 46 of the Huskies. It's Kelsch in the backfield, and it's a handoff to Kelsch. Kelsch with the soft, stiff arm gets away from a defender and has enough for the first down, and the pile is trying to push him even further forward, but they have him right at the marker, it looks like, for a first down. Olathe East picks up that first down with 1 minute, 3 seconds left to go in the third quarter, and they lead by a touchdown, 34-27. Kelsch checking out, McCray coming out, and it's Kendall Kelly, and they are actually going to measure this one. It looks like a very healthy first down, but the measurement coming as the chain gang marches out to the center of the field. $5 footlong subs are back at Mr. Goodsense. 7 great subs to choose from. Come see what fresh really is at Mr. Goodsense. First down is the call from the head referee, and with that, 1 minute and 3 seconds will now start to tick away as the clock has been rewound by the officials here. 1st and 10, and they do get just to where that line of gain was, the 46 of the Huskies. In the backfield is Kendall Kelly, and Kelly does take it. He angles back to the right away from the defenders and gets 9 yards through some contact. It's hard to wrestle him down. The tallest of the running backs for Olathe East. He leans forward at the end to get a total of 9 on that carry. The running backs have been very efficient. The passing game for Olathe East has been a bit of a surprise after a very steady dose of running backs from really a running by committee ordeal here with Kelsch, Kendall Kelly, and Hayden Frazier. And this one, why not give it to Blazevic? Blazevic just takes it on the quarterback keeper and gets across the 35 down to the 34 for a 3-yard gain. He only needed 1 for the first down. 3 seconds left to go in the third quarter. This should do it when they wind the clock back around. And it looks like we're headed to the fourth quarter, 34-27, with the Hawks leading. Olathe East has done a good job of overcoming that first mistake they had of the second half in fumbling the ball at their own 11. Blue Valley Northwest did score on that play, and they've done a good job. Blue Valley Northwest, the Huskies have done a fantastic job of staying within a score of Olathe East. They've done a good job of answering every time the Hawks score, but the Hawks look like they are on a roll here. As we head into the fourth quarter, they will start at the Huskies 34-yard line. Pardon me. Nick and Jake's Real Food Honest Drink. Nick and Jake's, the proud title sponsor of 810varsity.com. Check out our promotions throughout the season on Facebook or on Twitter at Nick and Jake's. The Kansas City Command season tickets for the 2012 Arena Football League season at Sprint Center are now on sale. Call 855-KC-ARENA. Kansas City has been the home recently of some very good rivalry games between KU and Missouri, but the way the college landscape is shaking out, it comes to question as to whether or not those games are going to be a mainstay like they have been for so many years. But thankfully, we can look forward to Kansas high school football always producing a good game, and we got one here. 34-27, Olathe East. Hand off to Kelly. They have the ball and the lead. Kelly stacked up in the backfield, though. Good defense there from the Huskies. Loss of about 1 on that play as the defensive backs were sniffing out the pass. They're getting really aggressive to stop that pass and blitzing. Playing cornerback for the Huskies, not the usual cornerback, is Zach Krause. He's more of a linebacker, but he's been floating around kind of like a rover. He's on the far side, and he blitzes, and he goes right after Kelsch. He's the one who knocks Kelsch down at the line of scrimmage. Good tackle there by Krause. They have him lined up at linebacker. That's the case. However, number 12, Zach Krause listed as number 12 and number 13. Haven't been able to decipher who number 12 is playing cornerback on the far side. I would assume it's one of their regular cornerbacks in Josh Cowell. And Blazevic back to pass, throws it behind his target, DJ McCray, but McCray comes back for it on a phenomenal catch near the first down marker. Looks like they might need to measure this one. I'm not sure. On third down, they almost pick it up through the air, all to DJ McCray. But back to what I was mentioning, Jake Cobble and Josh Cowell, their defensive backs, playing cornerback regularly. Though none of them are listed at number 12. The only number 12 on the roster is Zach Krause. Krause is actually number 3, though. He's listed twice. So they will measure here, just to be sure. He got really close. It looks like if he's short, he's by a chain link. But no, it is a first down indeed from DJ McCray. And Blazevic, on a phenomenal pass, hasn't been called on too many times to get it through the air. He's got a big pass gain of about 60 yards to Chad Johnson, and now a first down reception from DJ McCray. And now we're ready to get underway. 2 up backs. Looks like that is Spencer Taylor on the near side, but they're going to hand it off to Kendall Kelly. Took it for about a gain of 8. Mark him shy of that 8-yard pickup. He was down a little early from that, so give him a healthy 6 yards. So short 4 to go on second down for the Olathe East Hawks, and they are now inside of the red zone yet again. 9 minutes, 43 seconds left to go, and slowly ticking away as it's Blaze and Spencer Taylor, the up backs. They run ahead to clear the way for Kelly. Kendall Kelly churning his legs, can't get away from the traffic down there, and Kelly's brought down after a gain of about 2. It is enough to move the chains as they move it to a first down and 10. Ball now inside the 15, down to about the 13-yard line. Blazevic under center. Johnson, the wide receiver, up top, and Blazevic keeps it. They are playing really off of Chad Johnson on the far side. 4-yard pickup from Blazevic on that quarterback keeper, and in comes Kendall Kelly. Out goes John Kelsch. Chad Johnson now the wide receiver on the near side, the only wide receiver out there. He's split standing at the numeral 10 of the 10-yard line. The ball placed just inside of that as Blazevic pitches out to the left for Kendall Kelly. Kelly cuts it up and gains about 3 yards as he gets down close to the 5, but they're going to mark him short at about the 6-yard line. 3rd down upcoming, and they need to pick up about 4 yards here in the 4th quarter. 8 minutes, 20 seconds left to go. Olathe East leads with just a little bit of time left in this game. 34-27. They lead by 7 points, a full score. And in the backfield is Kendall Kelly yet again. Handoff right side, Kelly trying to get to the edge. One man to beat. Can't do it, and the Huskies show up, a pack of them there to rope Kendall Kelly down. He was never really brought down, but his forward progress definitely stopped inside the 5, and that's going to set up 4th and about 2. We'll see if they go for it here. They're only up by 7, so a field goal would give them a 2-score lead with just 7.5 minutes left to go, but they're going to go for it on 4th down. John Blazevic in the huddle with wide receiver Chad Johnson trotting out to the left side. And it looks like they're going to go heavy set again. Tight right, 2 up backs for Kendall Kelly in the backfield. And it is a handoff. Left side, Kelly brought down right about the line of scrimmage. Did he get it? It's all going to depend on the spot if he was able to lean forward for that yard that he needed. It's going to be a close call. Looks like he got it. The ball spotted right about the 3-yard line. Nose of the ball right at the 3. And that's where he needed to go. So yet another measurement here from the chain game coming out. And seeing if Kendall Kelly got just enough inches on that run to move the chains, what would set up a 1st and goal at the 3-yard line, and if not, and they did just by about a half a football, got that 1st down. If not, the Huskies would take over, only trailing by 7 with just a little over 7 minutes left to go in the game. So a big 1st down picked up by Kendall Kelly, who has the first touchdown of the game under his belt. And they leave him in here to try and get him another one with just 3 yards to go until he gets to the chalk line of the goal line. He has a lead blocker, actually 2, and Blaze on the left and Taylor on the right. Johnson, the wide receiver, split out far to the right side. The tight end is Jalen McCray. Handoff, Kelly knifing through the defense. He came through a crack of the defense, and I don't think anyone really got a good hand on him. Just enough for him to slip through the offensive line, and he's in there for a score. 40 points now put up by the Hawks. 6 minutes, 47 seconds left to go. 40-27, extra point coming up from Algren, the kicker for the Hawks. I'm Kyle Larson alongside Alex Gold and HN Varsity here, bringing you the Great Mall of the Great Plains, Olathe game of the week. And Olathe East has really done a good job pouring it on here in the 4th quarter. Algren waits as Johnson puts down the place. The snap and the hold were good, and the kick was also good from Algren. 41 points to 27. Hawks leading the Huskies. with just 6 minutes and 47 seconds left to go. I want to thank our major sponsor, the Great Mall of the Great Plains. You can save up to 70% and more at the Great Mall. Visit our new stores, OK Fashions, Shoes for Less, Sportables Outlet, Sugar Plums, Technopole Website Services, Treasure Hunt, and Trends. Hundreds of brands, thousands of deals. That's the Great Mall on I-35 exit 215 in Olathe. The kick high into the night sky, and back to receive this one is Starks. Starks takes it at his 5. Stutter step, gets away from one defender, and he's got to break a tackle at the 25. Check that at the 20. Can't do it. Brought down there at the far side of the 20. Dante Starks, he's the kid who had that darting reception, who got about a 60-yard gainer for the Huskies to set them up for their most recent score. But since then, the Hawks have tacked on an insurance touchdown from Kendall Kelly to go up by 14. So the Huskies trailing by 2 full scores here. Go to work with Garrett Fugate in the shotgun set. Marlon Mitchell, the running back, to his right. 2 wide receivers to the right and 2 to the left in this spread offense. Back to pass is Fugate. Quick pass to Swale. Looks like it was caught by Swales, and Swales did slide with the ball on his back hip for about a 7-yard reception. So a quick slant strike to Swales on the near side at the hash gets them a 6-yard pickup and about 4 to go on second down. The Hawks look like they might be blitzing their safety, Kendall Kelly, and now there is a penalty down. Deep in the backfield was Matthew Baltimore. And the reason why he was so far in the backfield before most anybody else moved is because the man across from him was charged with a false start. Again, the Hawks showing pressure, and the fumble is there from Fugate, and the Hawks look like they got it. Only the second turnover from the Huskies, and the Hawks are going to pick it up at the 9-yard line. The other one was an interception about midfield from Junior Williams, and this one Fugate just coughed up. He runs the ball. He doesn't tuck it up under his arm like a traditional running back. He keeps it out there like a quarterback would in his palm of his hand, and winging it around like that is pretty dangerous. As you see there, turnover is a all too common reality. 5 minutes, 56 seconds left to go. The Huskies really need a miracle stop here. They can't even allow a field goal if they want to stay in this one. They're trailing by 14 points. Huskies trying to stop Kendall Kelly. Kelly, shake and bake move, dives. Did he get there? Yeah, he's in the end zone for a touchdown. Kendall Kelly puts on the insurance, and that looks like might be the icing on the cake. 47-27, a 20-point lead with just 5 minutes and 50 seconds left to go. The Olathe East Hawks are doing something the Olathe South Falcons couldn't do last week. They lead the Blue Valley Northwest Huskies, as the Huskies are coming in this game off a big dominating performance, 49-34 over Olathe South, who is the only undefeated team left in the Sunflower League. And now a kick from Algren. That one goes through the uprights to make it 48-27. 5 minutes, 50 seconds left to go. 21-point lead for head coach Jeff Myers and these all orange-clad Olathe East Hawks. Myers has got to be pleased with what he's seen, albeit he's given up 27 points, but they're going up against an offense that has been pretty potent this year. Fugate, the quarterback for the Huskies, who awaits on the sideline for his team to return the kick, accounted for 6 total touchdowns last week, 2 on the ground. He's a pretty big kid, hard to bring down when he runs, but he does have a bit of a protection issue with the ball, as we saw on the last drive. And he threw for 4 touchdowns. A very big kid, 6'3", can survey the field and find the open targets. He's going to get the ball after a kickoff from the Hawks, and this one Floats to Starks at about the 14-yard line. He picks it up. A little bit of a lane up the middle. He spins and is brought down at the 27-yard line. So Starks sets up his Husky offense for the Pack to get to work at about the 27. And Fugate, after turning the ball over on a fumble, has to come back out and really work some magic. 48-27, down by 21, Fugate. And his Huskies have all their timeouts left, but just 5 minutes and 45 seconds left to go. Showing blitz are the Hawks, but they back off for max coverage. Fugate throws deep for Swales. Swales dove, and it was a well-placed ball over the defense of the Hawks. Looked like defending that one was Miller and Banks. Swales had to dive, but that pass really was the only place that Swales could make a play on it without the Hawks getting a chance at a turnover. Swales couldn't come up with it. So 2nd and 10 from the 27. Fugate, 3 wide receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Back to pass. Swales over here on the near side, and he's covered, so Fugate takes off with it. Runs for a gain of about 12 before he's knocked out of bounds. Looks like they're going to mark him past the 40, so give him 14 yards before he stepped out on that far side, all the way up to the 42. They move the chains, and they only take off about 11 seconds, so if they can keep that pace, they'll be just fine. Fugate with Panagasser, the running back, to his right. Swales, the middle receiver of 3 on the near side. Handoff, Panagasser wrapped up in the backfield. It looks like that was Baltimore there. Matthew Baltimore grabbed him right as soon as he took the ball. But the forward momentum of Panagasser gets him about 2 yards. Give him 3, actually. 2nd and 7 now from the 45. The clock stops for some reason on a run play. Looks like there might be an injury. Yeah, it is an injury. The offensive lineman for Blue Valley Northwest making his way off the field. Not exactly sure. Looks like that might have been Thomas. Not exactly sure, as Fugate is now back to pass. 2-step drop, looking left, throwing left, and has a man, and dropped, bobbled and dropped, was Jake Cobble. My goodness. It was actually Jake Swaley was the offensive lineman who left the field earlier, and it looks like he's back out there now. So the offensive line looks to be healthy. However, Cobble could not hold on to that catch. Cobble, the wide receiver on the near side, Moses on the far side, and Swaley is his favorite. Check that Swale is the favorite target on the middle. Fugate breaking tackle, spinning away, and gets all the way back up to the line of scrimmage. How did he not get brought down sooner? He was caught 3 yards in the backfield. That's going to set up 4th down, though, and 7. 4th and 7 from the 45 in the game. Definitely resting on this play. 4 minutes, 40 seconds left to go. The Huskies need 3 quick scores, and they can't afford to give the Hawks the ball again for the rest of the game. So back to pass, I'm sure, is Fugate. He sets up in the shotgun. And Panagasser, the the running back next to him on the right. Back to pass, they set up the screen. Incomplete pass to Panagasser. He can't hold on. On 4th down, they turn the ball over on an easy screen pass. Panagasser turns into a juggler, but doesn't have the hands to haul it in. 4 minutes, 20 seconds left to go, and a 21-point lead. And the Hawks will take over from the Huskies' 45-yard line. Wow. Save up to 70% and more at the Great Mall. Visit our new stores, OK Fashions, Shoes for Less, Sportables Outlet, Sugar Plums, Technopole, Website Services, Treasure Hunt, and Trends. Hundreds of brands, thousands of deals. That's the Great Mall. I-35 exit 215 in Olathe as Kendall Kelly marches his way through that Husky defense, who I think reality might be setting in for Blue Valley Northwest. And they give up 9 yards on first down. 2nd and 1 coming up for Olathe East, and a player down for the Hawks. Looks like it might be an equipment issue as he's just trying to get his shoe on. For the Hawks, it looks like Ethan Goss. Got it going. 3 minutes, 54 seconds left to go. And 15 seconds left on the play clock as John Blazovic runs up under center. Chad Johnson, the wide receiver, split to the near side. McCray, the H-back over on the right. Looks like it's Kelsch and Kelly in the backfield, and Kelsch takes it on the near side. Runs over the hash lines. Running up the ladder of the hash lines and brought down after a first down. Brought down at about the 33. Of course, the East Hawks have done a fantastic job of running the ball all night, so what better way to seal a 21-point advantage other than running the ball with just 3 minutes and 23 seconds left to go. 9 seconds on the play clock. Blazovic lets it go down all the way inside 5, down to 3 as he hands off to the up back. Looks like that was Ryan Woodson. Woodson only takes it for about a gain of maybe a few inches, really, as the Huskies are selling out on the run as they realize that they need the ball back now. 2nd and 10. The East Hawks have a potential of taking this clock all the way down to about 2.5 minutes left to go before they snap the ball. Blazovic under center. McCray, the H-back on the right side. In the backfield is Kelsch. Check that, it's Frazier. Frazier takes the ball, pitch off to the right side, and does a good job of staying in bounds. Well, he landed in bounds. Not sure if they're going to spot him out or not. Not sure if they're calling for the stop. Yeah, it is a stop for a first down. So they stopped the clock to move the chains, but I'm sure after Frazier landed in bounds, yep, they are going to wind the clock back again. So 2.5 minutes left to go in this game. 48-27, Olathe East leading. And they've got a comfortable lead and a comfortable march down the field. After Blue Valley Northwest turned the ball over on downs at about midfield, they have now marched just a yard away from the red zone. Handoff to the up back. That looks like Spencer Taylor as he took it. No, check that again. It's Woodson taking it over there. Ryan Woodson takes it for a gain of about 2. So now 3rd and 7. I think it's 2nd. Yeah, pardon me. 2nd and 7. The chain gang over there trying to confuse us here at College Boulevard Athletic Complex in North Olathe. Olathe East hosting the Blue Valley Northwest Huskies. The purple and black Huskies trailing by 21 points, and Olathe East is trying to march the clock down as they have Kendall Kelly running the ball. Kelly does a good job of running it forward near the first down marker. About 2 yards away is where he's landed on the ground, and it brings up 3rd down. 3rd and short. The Olathe East Hawks looking to run the clock all the way out. They can take it inside a minute before they snap the ball as we're down to 1:02. Blazovic under center. Austin Blaze, one of the upbacks. So is Taylor. They run the ball to Kelly, and Kelly takes it off tackle for a first down. That has really been the point of weakness for this Huskies offense, that exterior running defense. The East Hawks have done a fantastic job with their tackles, sealing the edge for their running backs. And when the Hawks can seal the edge with their tackles, that gives those 2 lead blockers a chance to headhunt for some linebackers. And they've done a pretty decent job clearing out cracks and really open holes for the Olathe East offense. Now in victory formation, that's John Blazovic. Back to knee the ball down on 2 seconds left to go in the play clock and 20 seconds left to go in the game clock. And that will be the final snap of the game. Olathe East 48. Blue Valley Northwest, after they toppled Olathe South last week, they fall with a score 48-27. Olathe East put it on them. A lot of that in the second half. Really a good steady dose of scoring from Olathe East. They kept Blue Valley Northwest at arm's distance the entire way. Really, the play of the game came from John Kelsch. Just by one touchdown, I believe the score was tied when Kelsch darted away for an 80-yard scamper. It was over 80 yards. I believe it was 88 total. One play, one run, 88 yards and a touchdown. Kelsch took it to the house. Visit MrOlathe.com to search homes for sale in Olathe, Johnson County, and the entire KC metro area. Make MrOlathe.com your one-stop shop for searching homes for sale. That's MISTER, Olathe.com. 810 Varsity. It is your central hub for the playoffs. At Playoff Central, you can get live district standings, live updated playoff brackets, and even bracketology. That's right, 810 Varsity, predicting the playoff field. Your source for the playoffs on both the Kansas and Missouri side of the state line, 810varsity.com. Be sure to check it out. 810 Varsity wants to thank you for watching and listening, as do I. I'm Kyle Larson alongside Alex Gold. Olathe East 48, Blue Valley Northwest 27. And again, I want to thank MidStateSports.com for providing some statistics for tonight. They do a phenomenal job of covering the Sunflower League. Speaking of covering the Sunflower League, I will be back next week with the Olathe game of the week. Olathe East is going to be playing host to Olathe South. Both teams stand with just one loss on their record. Olathe South obviously playing tonight. We'll wait for the final of that game, but both teams seem to be at the top of the Sunflower League, to be honest with you. Olathe North has just the one loss to Lawrence, and Lawrence, check that, Olathe North has two losses. Pardon me, they had a loss to Olathe South and a loss to Lawrence. So Olathe North and Lawrence tied at 5-2, and Olathe East now at 6-1, along with Olathe South. So we will go to the final week of the regular season here on the Kansas side. Olathe East gets there with a 48-27 victory. Again, for Alex Gold, I'm Kyle Larson. Thank you again for watching out there on 810 Varsity to the Great Mall of the Great Plains, Olathe Game of the Week.